You're listening to Living in Spain podcasts with David Wright.
Hi guys, my name's David Wright and welcome to another one of my podcast shows. Today I'm going to be talking about buying property here in Spain and a couple of tips when you're first here in Spain looking at your first property to buy. Okay guys, so we all like different things here and buying property here in Spain is going to be different for everybody. So there's one tip I can give you guys which will really help whatever it is you're buying in whatever area of Spain you're thinking of moving to. That is, when you go to the property, you've seen a property you like, and you think, yeah, this is the one for us, this is what we like. Wait a couple of days, guys. Go back in the evenings. Now, most people view property during the day, so go back in the evening, early evening, to have a look at the property, have a drive around the streets or a walk around the streets, see what it's like in the evenings in that area. Also, in the middle of the night, sometimes it might be different as well. So go around there in the evening. If you're out having a drink somewhere, drive past this place at least a couple of times at different times of day. Now, we all know that if you've seen a place that you like during the daytime, it looks fantastic in the daytime. But what is it like at night? And this is why I say this. One property I looked at here that I was going to buy several years ago was a nice bungalow right near the beach in a quiet area. It was great. It looked really nice and we really wanted to buy this property and I was really keen on living there. And we had about 4 days before we had to go and see the agent and we were going to go back and tell them we wanted to put a deposit on it. Anyway, within those 3 or 4 days while we were waiting, we went past that property every day, leading up to that, to go and check and see how nice it was and fantasise that, yeah, we're going to be living in this beautiful place, fantastic, our new life can start here. Well, the first day we went there, after we'd looked at the property originally, it was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And we'd been out for some shopping and that. And on the way back, we stopped. We parked up and we walked past the property just to have a look at it. And we were quite surprised that there were several cars parked right outside, double parked at the front of the property and blocking the drive, one of the cars. And we thought, what's going on? There must be a party or something going on. What it turned out to be was at the end of the street there was a school, and the schools here in Spain kick out about 2 o'clock, 2:30, and all these people were being picked up, all the kids were being picked up by their mums, who were all double parked in the street, and it seemed that the parking outside the school was pretty bad because it was on a crossroads, but in our street where we were living, it's a quieter street. So the cars came into that street and parked up there, left the cars double parked or on the pavement while they went and waited outside the school for their kids. Now, this only lasted about half an hour each day, but it was a real inconvenience. If you're living in that house, every day of the week, you're going to have people parking outside your house, blocking the street and possibly blocking your drive. And it was extra traffic, and this is almost every day. We didn't like that, so we went back the next day at the same time, and exactly the same again. And we happened to see a neighbour about 2 doors down, a woman when she was cleaning the front of her property, and we asked her, all these cars, what's going on? And she said, oh, it's the kids. Every day the kids come out. It's only for 20 minutes or so, and they're gone. But guys, this was a real problem for us because at the time, my wife and I were both working. We were in and out of the house quite often with 2 cars, and I had a trailer on the back of my car, so it would have been a nightmare to try and find 2 extra spaces around lunchtime outside our own house. So that put us off a lot, and we ended up deciding not to buy that property, all because we went back for a couple of looks during different times of the days. So guys, just go and do a couple of checks on the property or the area where you're thinking of going out of hours sometimes. So go there, after hours, like in the evening, or early evening, things like that. Also when people are coming home from work to see what it's like and what sort of cars and vans are parked outside your area. One of the places I did live here, the neighbour was a long distance lorry driver, and a couple of times a week he parked a great big articulated lorry right in front of our house for 2 or 3 days before he went off on a long trip again, and that became very annoying. And it's something I wouldn't have found out if I'd just gone there off hours sometimes and seen that this same lorry was parked there. I know it's difficult, you can't do 100% checks all the time, guys, but a little check like this can really save you some stress in the long run. So I hope these tips have helped, guys. If they have, leave a quick comment or like at the end of this audio, and thanks for listening.
If you have enjoyed this podcast by David Wright, then you will love his new books. Out now on Amazon and Kindle, packed with money-saving tips and information on living and working in Spain. Just go to livinginspainbooks.com. David also has a popular blog for expats in Spain. Come and take a look now at britishexpatsinspain.com.